next tool that we're going to talk about today is the circular saw. And what I have here is a corded circular saw, which I like better. Been out of the game for a little while, but they do make a battery powered power saw, circular saw. They make what they call a worm drive circular saw. You have to be a pretty stout fellow to be using it. It's more for heavy construction, ripping a lot of material. But this is our DeWalt corded saw. It's got a table. It's got an adjustment here to adjust your depth so you don't cut through something into something else. It's got your regular 3-prong plug or 2-prong plug. This one here has been grounded. It's not like your old man stuff with the metal housing. Take a chance of shocking you when you get it. You want to make sure that it's clean. Whenever you're changing the blade, you want to make sure that the tool is actually unplugged so nobody can key the saw, nothing weird's going to happen. You want to make sure that the guard works properly on it. I've used these to where you'll get a lot of sawdust build up inside here and the guard won't flop down. Next thing you know, you're setting this down on the floor and it'll take off on you. Take a chance of cutting your toes off, and you know, as goofy as that sounds, it happens. It's got an adjustment on here. Again, if you're ever using this, if you're ever using my saw, don't ever tighten that down as tight as what that was right there, because I'm going to be upset with you. But it's got an adjustment here, cutting miters. You don't have to torque it down like a He-Man, just push it down because it will wear out. When you're using this particular tool, this is your deck. You want to have the majority of your deck on your working side. So that being said, if I'm cutting a piece of plywood, I want this on the larger side of the wood. A lot of people, well, everybody use this for ripping. The thing is, if you're ripping, you want to have both hands on the saw. You want to start out fresh, your deck flush, flat on the table, your eyes down here. You want to be wearing safety glasses. We'll get into the safety portion of this. Don't be squinting. See a lot of things on Facebook about jokes and safety glasses, and they squint. You only got one set of eyes. You might as well take care of them. Don't be taking your thumb and moving the guard on that. That's a safety feature that's meant to work the way that it does work. Remember, both hands on the saw. Don't be holding your wood like this and trying to rip it. I literally seen a guy about cut his hand off. This saw is stout. It will bind up in whatever you're trying to rip, and it'll try to pull it right into the saw blade. So you don't want to have your hands anywhere near it. You want to keep it in good working order. All these things that we talked about, you want to make sure that they all work because they're all safety feature. Now again, when you're changing the blade, you want to have the unit de-energized, which means unplugged. It's got a little lever right here that you can push. Tool comes with it, and it locks that blade in the spot. You'll have to move your blade, but once it locks in there, get the proper wrench, take your nut off, change your blade. And again, you want to do that with the unit de-energized. You want to keep it in good working order. Clean it really well. If you're working on a lead job, you have to clean it before you remove it from the work site. Which I don't know how many people do that, but it is a requirement for working lead safe. You want to keep your cord in good working condition. I like a corded saw because it doesn't lack the power. I'm not worried so much about a battery going dead in a tight spot. It's very versatile. This, for sidewall blowing insulation, is probably a better tool than what your 1/2-inch drill would actually be, because you have wires inside that wall cavity that you can't see. And you go running this 1/2-inch drill in there with that wood hog bit, you're taking a chance of marring up some wires, getting shocked, ruining somebody's day. But with this, you can literally set the depth for however deep that you're going to be cutting through the sidewall. You just cut a rectangle out of there. You don't have to worry about getting into any kind of wires if you feel comfortable enough about using this saw. Really, that's how you use a circular saw in a nutshell.